everybody, it's Carla with Cobweb Corner and welcome to FlossTube number 32. It has been almost 3 weeks since my last video. I apologize for that. Thanksgiving happened since then. Seems like forever ago. We went to see my daughter and it was awesome. Excuse me. I took my mom Christmas shopping. She has a real hard time seeing, and I did use Black Friday to get a good start on online shopping, mostly for myself and my daughter a little bit. But I took my mom shopping in Animals, Iowa, which is where I grew up. And they have two really nice boutiques there, and Bo is going to come and visit. Oh, and I want to apologize. My last video, I had a ton of microphone noise, and some of it was due to Bo, and some of it was due to me rummaging around in a box right next to my microphone. So I will try to be a little bit more careful about that. I apologize. But anyway, I took my mom to Animals shopping, and there are two nice boutiques there, and I got a couple of really cute things for my daughter. So first of all, I got these super cute cat socks. And Alicia, if you're watching, sorry, but I don't think she watches her mom's videos. And then I apologize if this offends anybody, but I thought it fits my daughter perfectly, and I thought it was funny. So I'll show it to you here. And it's got this little girl with thumbs up, and it says kindness. It doesn't cost a thing. Sprinkle that shit everywhere. And I apologize if you don't like that word. It's not my intent to make anybody uncomfortable, but I thought they were just super funny. So thought I would share those. Let's see what else happened this week. So I've gotten a lot of shopping done. I still have some to do, and I like to shop on Etsy and buy, especially for my daughter and her boyfriend. They're really into Dungeons and Dragons, and there's a lot of cool handmade things and unique things on Etsy that they enjoy. And I'm running out of time to buy handmade gifts and have them delivered in time for Christmas. But we'll see how that goes. So my husband had gone this week on travel. He left Monday and he gets home tonight. Today's Thursday. And then he leaves again Sunday, and he's gone for most of next week. And of course, every time he leaves, something happens. So this week he left on Monday, and I started yoga. I've gone I signed up for a 10 class punch card at a local yoga place because my girlfriend asked if I would be interested in going with her. And I'm like, I really need to do that. And so I've gone like 6 times already in the last 2 weeks, and I'm rambling. Sorry. Excited to be back here and talking to you guys. So sorry about that. But let me see, what was I talking about? Oh, my husband was gone. So he leaves Bo's getting in trouble. He leaves on Monday. I went to yoga Monday night, got back about 8, and he had taped the Eagles football game for me. So I thought, I'm going to stay up and watch the recording of the game and see how the Eagles done. And we have a completely finished walkout basement, and our basement always gets cold in the winter. But I'm sitting there watching TV, and I'm like, wow, it's really cold. And a little bit longer, I'm like, it is really cold. And finally, like 11:30 midnight, I get up and go upstairs and look at the thermostat, and figured out that the heater was broken. And wow, Thule came to see us. This is Toulouse. This is the first time she's come up here during a video. You can see she's the bigger of my 2 kitties, and she's usually very shy. So say hi to everybody, Toulouse. And I'm trying to get her to lose weight. I really am. I know it's not a good thing to have big kitties, but it's just not happening. So anyway, that's Toulouse. All kinds of exciting things today. So the heater was broke. And I'm like, oh, great. So I'm trying to figure out if there's something I can do. And I come back and I downstairs and I check the fuse box, and it was fine. And then my husband's on the East Coast, so it was 1 o'clock there. I'm like, do I call him what do I do? And I thought, he always has these little tricks to do, and maybe there's something I can do and not have to make a service call. So 1 o'clock in the morning, I call him. Of course, he's sound asleep, and I wake him up, and he's like, that stupid furnace, except he didn't say stupid. and he said, oh, all you can do is try to turn it on and off. And I did that about 50 times. And of course, that didn't work. So we got some space. The cats and I got some space heaters out, and I let them in my bedroom that night. We usually lock them out of the bedroom at night. And it was fine. Our house is super well insulated. And I called service company the next day, and it was an igniter, which is the third time the igniter on our furnace has broken in a year. So something's got to be done about that. So anyway, that happened. And then I was gone all day yesterday. I took my dad to the hospital for tests. He's fine, but had to have some tests done. And I was gone the whole day. I get back home about 5 o'clock, and I walk in the house, and there's this loud buzzing, like an electronic buzzing sound. And I'm like, oh my gosh, something's wrong with the heater. And I come downstairs, and it was not the heater, and I couldn't really hear the buzzing sounds downstairs. So I go back upstairs, and I walk across the house, and there was these two little white vent things that are up higher on the wall, and those were making the noise. And I'm like, what the heck? So I call my husband. I mean, I know I should be able to figure this stuff out by myself, but I'm like, Paul, I don't know what this is. Can you hear it? And I hold my phone up there, and I took a picture of it, and he goes, I think that's just a cold air return. He goes, I don't know what it is. And I'm walking back and forth in the house. I said, well, it doesn't sound good. It sounds electrical. And I'm not sure what to do. Should I call the neighbor guy, or what should I do? And all of a sudden I hear this ding, like the doorbell, but it wasn't a doorbell. It wasn't the full doorbell ring. And at the same time, my husband goes, did you get a package today? And I said, yeah, there's one out on the porch. He said, go check the doorbell. And the doorbell had been stuck in the on position. And now the doorbell's broken. So I'm like, you need to get home right away so that you can fix all the things wrong with our house. He gets home tonight, and he's home for 3 days. So hopefully he can figure some of this stuff out. And when he goes next week, I hope I don't have anything go wrong. So anyway, stitchy news, work in progress. I am working on Sunflower's Farm by Batty Core. Okay, and here is where I am now. And I didn't stitch a lot of time, but I got this guy and the seeds done, and this beautiful flower with the checkered inside, and this adorable little bird with the hat. I just love this design. So it's getting there. I keep sitting down thinking I'm going to stitch, and then I don't. So I got to get back into it. The other thing that I got for stitchy stuff, I didn't work on anything else cross stitch wise, but I ordered a new frame, and I've actually been using this frame. I borrowed one from my good friend like 2 years ago, and she keeps saying, oh, I don't need it, keep it. But I keep thinking I'm going to break it, and then she's not going to have her frame when she wants it. So I ordered this. It's from Kay's Creations. I ordered it from a shop on Etsy, and I'll try to put the link to that below. But I really like it. It's a sit-on frame, and I like it because I put it between my legs and have it so it's facing like this, and it's completely adjustable. My Q-snaps fit into it, and clamps down nice and tight so they don't move. And I just really like it. It adjusts everywhere I need it to adjust. And when I stitch, I like to recline backwards. So I'm in a recliner with my feet up, and this works perfect for that. So I think it was, I don't know, I want to say $60 or something. I'm not sure what I paid for it. Somewhere around there. And if you like the sit-on kind, they had another smaller one also by Kay's Creations that went from the side, and I would have liked something from the side, because on this one, if I'm working like this and I'm working on with an 11-inch Q snap, I sometimes have trouble turning it. So it turns over this way like that. And sometimes my frame is too big for that to work good. So they had one that you could set from this way and then turn it, have your frame in on the side and turn it like this. So I wouldn't need that much space to turn, but it was very small. It was more for much like an 8x8 or so Q frame. So I didn't get that one. I got what I knew I liked, and I'm very, very, very happy with that. So my friend should be happy too that she'll be getting that back, getting hers back. Okay, the giveaway for last week. Must not have been a very popular giveaway because only 3 people commented that they wanted it. But the giveaway was Santa's Bears and Baby Bears. And it was a pre-owned chart from an individual collection that I just purchased. And it's by Madame Chantilly. And you just had to say, what was the question? Oh, that was the one where you had to guess, tell me what you thought the retail value of a wholesale order was, that I showed the box size and stuff. And that was pretty interesting. One person actually guessed more than what it was, but the other 2 were quite down below. It was a $1,400 retail box, and I think one person guessed $380 and one guessed $660 and the other one said $1,600. So but the winner is VIRPI space R. VIRPI space R. So if you're watching, contact me. My information's down below and I will get this in the mail to you. So we're going to continue the sampler series lessons, and today is really interesting. We're going to talk about, the book goes into information about morning samplers, and not, it's MOURNIG, not morning like the day. So it's samplers honoring people who have died, family, friends, etc. So I'll just start reading what it says. It's not very long today. It says the death of George Washington was evidently the impetus for the sudden and overwhelming popularity of mourning embroidery, and the unparalleled expression of grief that swept the nation was quickly expressed in a wealth of memorial prints. These provided excellent patterns for the schoolmistress, and some were even available on satin. In addition to honoring Washington, something different immediately happened that seldom occurred abroad. American teachers devised related patterns for memorials dedicated to deceased members of the needleworkers' family, and these were often carefully planned to depict the appropriate mourners. One of the earliest and most magnificent examples was worked in 1800 by Lucretia Carew, shortly after the death of her younger sister, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute. Although some mourning pieces were worked immediately following a death, the majority appear to have been made as a record and a decoration rather than an expression of current grief, and they were the result of fashion rather than melancholy. Throughout the sampler making era in America, women's letters and diaries reflect a widespread apprehension of death, but there is nothing to indicate that an intensified preoccupation with death led to the popularity of mourning embroidery. Instead, its delicacy and symbolism were associated with refinement and the ennobling culture of antiquity. So just to remind you, I bought these books called Girlhood Embroidery by Betty Ring, and it's a 2-volume set, and there's a link to the books in my Amazon shop, and the link to my Amazon shop is below. So I'm reading from volume 1 of that book. So the sampler that they're talking about is this one right here, and it says it is let me see, it's silk applique silk, cotton, and trimmings with paint and ink on silk. And if you remember, in one of my last 2 videos, I talked about how they often incorporate watercolor paintings or miniature paintings into the sampler piece, and they've done that here. I'll show you that. It shows, let's see, the figures represent Lucretia Carew with her parents and brother at the tomb of her younger sister. The painted faces are miniatures of the mourners and have been attributed to John Brewster. So this is the sampler, and it is just stunning. So you've got the sister here with her husband, and I don't know if this was after after a war or what, but he only has one leg. And then the parents, and just look at the detail, the weeping willows and stuff like that. It's just so beautiful. And then all of the faces are miniature paintings. That is just so beautiful. So that's just an introductory to morning samplers, and there's more on that. What the book goes into next is regional information about regions. So the next chapter is Needleworks of Massachusetts, and I'll have to read through and see what kind of information I could find. I'll probably just pick interesting samplers and talk about those, but I'm really enjoying this book, and I hope you're enjoying the sampler segments, because it's a lot of fun to learn about. Okay, the business section for today is Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. So, of course, everybody is familiar with Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and I really debated what to do. If you watched one of my quite a few videos ago, I had a video titled where the business segment was the cost of a sale, and how hard it is to what you're if you actually make any money, and what's the benefit of a sale. And if you have too many sales, then nobody will buy anything at full price. They just wait for your next sale because they know that you're always having sales. So, but I decided I really need to get rid of some inventory. And my husband said, you really need to get rid of some inventory. And he's right. I've been buying like crazy. So I had over a week of sales, and I had started on the Monday before Black Friday and had some big sales. I had like 30% off retail on major designers like Plum Street Samplers and I don't know, Quarry, Betty Quar, and some of my Prairie Schooler, some of the really popular designers. And then on Black Friday weekend through Tuesday, I had 20% off your entire purchase. I was blown away by the response. I had the biggest 5-day period that I've ever had in 20 years. I lost some money on a few sales. How can you lose money? I had people who had store credits from giveaways, things like that. And I had people who just what they purchased and stuff, along with free shipping, gets it down to near zero or negative, a little bit negative profit. But you have a ton of cash flow. Not a ton. I wish it was a ton. So that you can pay your credit card bills from all of the cross stitch that you just buy. I think we can all kind of relate to that. It's just on a really big scale. So it was a great sale. The other benefit from having a sale like that is getting new customers. So in the 4 days or 5 days from Black Friday to the Tuesday after Cyber Monday, I got at least 15, somewhere between 15 and 20 new customers. And I have a question on the checkout page. How did you hear of us? Most people don't answer that, but I had ads running during the sale, and most people said they found me on Facebook. So they either found me from my Facebook page or they saw the ad. And a couple people, I've been trying to post more and more things to Pinterest. And it used to be you just posted the picture to Pinterest and people kind of had to get back to you. You had to post a link. And now when I post from my product page to Pinterest, the whole product page comes up and they go right directly to that page. So I've been getting a little bit more traffic from Pinterest too. And so the biggest benefit for me was getting rid of some inventory. Unfortunately, I need to get rid of inventory that is older, things that I've had around for many years. Moving Plum Street Samplers and moving hands-on design and stuff, that's not really a problem. I have a number of the best sellers that are just always going to be really good sellers, and I'm not going to have an issue getting rid of those even on sale. But I have a lot of other stuff that people just kind of bypass, because I think people sometimes don't look at older things because they're really interested in what other people are stitching, and a lot of people start with the brand new designs. And there are some really, really good older designs out there, and even not that old, like 2013, 2012, stuff like that. But I have a lot of stuff from the 90s and the early 2000s, and some of it just, you know, I just need to start rotating my inventory more, especially so I can get in some more. I have a lot of people contact me about selling their individual collections, and those are a lot of fun because you never know what you're going to get. And sometimes you get just some amazing designs. So anyway, summary, I was super happy with the sale. Absolutely the best response I've had. It's been a great year for me. I couldn't be happier. I'm so glad I started doing FlossTube. That's helped a lot and made my job a lot more fun too. So, not sure what I'm going to do, if I'll have any sales before the end of the year or what. Christmas is just so busy for me, and it's hard to keep up with lots of sales and stuff like that when you're trying to travel for Christmas and all that. So we'll see what happens. The other thing I did is a couple videos ago, I shared an ad with you guys on my shareable wish list. And I asked you then, when should I start showing this? You know, because people need to make their wish list, and they need to get it out to the people who are shopping for them. So I started showing that right before the Black Friday sales too, and I've gotten a pretty good response for that. So that's it for the business segment. Oh, and then there was, of course, I didn't even know about Green Monday sale. I'm like, what the heck is Green Monday? So I started getting all these ads in my mailbox from the places I shop at and say, hey, it's Green Monday sale. So I looked it up, and Green Monday was coined by eBay when they had their biggest sales of the year the Monday after Cyber Monday, and they called it Green Monday. And so now there's Green Monday sales. So I had a small sale there, and that didn't get much of a response, but I'm like, you know, that's where you get into, okay, this is just too many sales. People are tired of getting your emails, and we need to get back to regular business and just concentrating on getting out what people want to stitch. So that one didn't go so good, but you know, so that's the business segment for today. New giveaway. So I have two things that will be given away to one person. The first one is a Christmas theme. It's by Just Nan, and it's called Christmas Friends, and it says, a friend is a gift throughout the year, but especially at Christmas. And it includes the bead packet, which comes with seed beads and four little flower beads for the corners. And it has a few specialty stitches, the diamond eyelet, the star eyelet, and a mosaic stitch. Isn't that pretty? So that one is old store stock, but it's in brand new condition. And then with that, I'm giving away the 2001 Prairie Santa. And the reason I threw this one in is because I went to put it in to somebody's order, and I needed to reopen the envelope because I forgot to put their invoice or their packing slip in there. And when I reopened the envelope, this chart stuck to the adhesive on the envelope. So it's damaged here, and it's got envelope glue here, but the pattern is completely usable. So I decided I'm not gonna try to explain that and sell it. So that will go along with the Just Nan chart to whoever wants to stitch that. And to enter that, don't use the word giveaway, but say, I like to stitch at Christmas, or Christmas stitching, or something like that. So have Christmas and stitch, or Christmas and stitching in your comment somewhere. And I'll give that away at the next video, which I hope is less. I hope I can get one more in before Christmas, but we'll see how that goes. All right, new releases. Inventory news. First of all, I watched a video by Hands Across the Sea. I'm blanking on her name, and it was a really interesting video because Hands Across the Sea had released a limited edition two sisters samplers pack called the, I'm going to say it wrong, Uffendell sisters, Anne and Isabella. And it was released as a limited edition, and you got both samplers in the limited edition set. And there weren't, I think there were less than 1,000, or 1,000 were printed. And she explained how so many people have been asking for those charts, stunning samplers, to be re-released. But you know, you can't, you have this big dilemma. We told people it was going to be a limited edition. We can't go back on our word. What do we do? So she had a very interesting video about her thought process and how she agonized over what to do, because she explained that at the time they released that, they didn't have the printing power that they have now. They were less popular, weren't as well known, and they couldn't reasonably have reasonable prices on large printings of a chart. And now things have changed. They're much more popular. Everybody wants to stitch their designs, you know, people who love reproduction samplers. And she decided that she was going to re-release these samplers. And she's going to re-release them not as a set, but individually. So the people who bought the limited edition still had a special product. And I really feel for her on her decision on this. I don't know what I would do. Because the samplers are stunning, and we want people to be able to stitch these beautiful things. But, you know, then the people who, you know, some people think they're going to make money if they buy limited edition things, and other people just want to have the uniqueness of the item. So it was, you can tell if you watch her video that it was a very difficult decision. But she is re-releasing them, and she's calling them solo appearances. So you purchase each chart individually, each sampler individually. So I have those. I'm going to insert a picture of those here. So those are the two samplers, and I have them on my website. If you just go into the cross stitch, like you're buying cross stitch, you'll see them as category specials, and you can either add them to your wait list and you'll be notified when they are in stock. She expects them to come from the printer there in the UK, like anytime, like within the next week or so, I think. But then they have to ship to America, and they have to go to like Hoffman and Yarn Tree and that, and then they have to make them available to shop owners. So I'm expecting, if I can get, I sometimes have trouble. I think other shops kind of get ahead of me a little bit because I'm a little small, and I just don't buy every week, so I don't get my orders in as quickly. But I'm expecting to have them in stock the first to third week of January. So if you put yourself on the wait list, you'll get notified when I do have them in stock. And if you want me to hold one for you, you can use the contact button and say, hold one for me. You won't have to pay for it yet, but it is a commitment to buy. So you can go and read about it on the website if you like those samplers. Then I got some brand new inventory and new releases. So the first one is Prairie Schooler re-release, and it's Santa's Ride. So it's not the original format, it's the floppy. I hate the quality of the charts, but the patterns are amazing. So that is now available. It's book number 47. And The Flower Shop by Stony Creek is a brand new release. These are something else. Bringing Christmas from Carriage House Samplings. That's a brand new release, and it's a companion piece to Christmas Joyride down here. And then by Hands On Design, the Helen Kedsley 1815 reproduction sampler. Isn't that beautiful? I just love I love the quality of their charts. I don't know I didn't open this to see what the individual pages are like, but the charts are just themselves are packets are beautiful. New by Imaginating, Sugar and Spice and Everything Nice. New by Stony Creek, Summer Welcome Lighthouse, and also Winter Welcome Lighthouse by Stony Creek. A new stocking pattern, and this pattern, you could really stitch this. I think if you just stitch it like that, it wouldn't have to be a stocking. It's called Woodland Critters and Snowman Stocking. It's really cute. The Stony Creek stockings have been really, really popular. This is a re-release. I think it was originally released in 2003 by Sue Hillis. And it's got the option for Canadian flag in addition to the US flag. It's called Summertime. And then another word cloud by Ursula Michael with the frog. This is so cute. Super fast stitch. Beginner level chart. So cute. It's got all kinds of words about stitching. Stab with passion. Count your blessings. Cheaper than therapy. Drink coffee and cross stitch. So cute. Another wedding sampler by Imaginating that's brand new and just released. Then we have Lindy Stitches, her new releases. God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. And this one's so cute. The Rooftop Cocoa Shop with the reindeer with cocoa on their backs. Those are by Lindy Stitches. And then another brand new one by Stony Creek, Spring Renewal. It says Reflect, Renew, Rejoice. And brand new by Waxing Moon Designs, the Valentine House Trio. There's all kinds of house trio in the collection. And that one's not brand new. Brand new by Stony Creek is Love and Joy. And that's it. So the other thing I did with inventory that is new, and I'm going to try to do it quietly this time, is I bought a whole bunch of Just Another Button Company button packs. So I'm sure you're familiar with those. They're got the pins and the buttons. And I really hesitated on doing this. I'm not going to do it for everything. But I have a lot of older charts, like older from the 90s, and they call for these button packs. Like I have Fancy That, and I'll show you some Raise the Roof ones. And I thought, how can I move these older charts better? And I thought, well, if people could get the button packs at the same time they get the chart, then they might be willing to buy the older chart, because they can be hard to find if a lot of the charts are out of print. Then the button packs are still available from Just Another Button Company. So I bought about 5 dozen different button packs, and those are all available on our website now. Some are for brand new designs, like hands-on design, like this adorable little pin set for the Boo Chock-full design. Some of the newer Shepherd's Bush. This is the one for Liberty Notes. Things like that. But I also bought a bunch for Fancy That. I bought these, I had these Raise the Roof sets with the laundry, and here's another one. There's Christmas and Love Laundry, and then there's also some fence designs, and they use a lot of buttons. So I bought the button packs for those too. And I don't know how it's going to go. I could end up with a lot of buttons that never sell. Already I've sold a couple of the charts and the person didn't buy the buttons. So now I have buttons for out of print charts, and I don't have any charts to match, only a couple. But they're available, and I know that people would like to have more things available at the time of purchase. So if there's a button pack available, I hopefully have it attached to the chart. You can buy the button pack separately, or when you go, like if you were to go into Love Laundry, it'll say next to the add to cart button, it'll say any extras, and then it'll say button pack and tell you what the button pack costs, and you can add it right then. So did that. We'll see how that goes. They're so cute. I love them, and they do really add a lot. Some of the designs I think use a little bit too many buttons, but they do add a lot, and they kind of give it a 3-dimensional kind of look too. So the last thing I want to talk about is needle nannies, just because they make a great stocking stuffer gift. We have needle nannies that range from, I don't know, $6 to $11.25. So all price ranges. And I just picked out a few Christmas ones to show you. These are from Zappy Dots. And that one's a hands-on design, an Amy Brucken design, Santa. Sue Hillis, the Red Flyer wagon. And then these are from Joseph's Workshop. And these, I'm trying to think, I think they cost like $6.50, something around there. And these are handmade. And they're really great quality. So you got a Christmas angel and a Christmas tree and the nativity scene. And this one's been really popular. Mitten. Isn't that cute? And a penguin. And we got a gingerbread man and a gingerbread woman. And there's a bunch of other Christmas ones. But if you're looking for something for someone who quilts or cross stitches, those are great, inexpensive gifts. There's something like if you have a stitching group or something like that, then they're super easy to include in an envelope, or maybe a little padded envelope. You don't have to have a big box to ship it or to hand out as a little giveaway or to treat yourself. So, or to add to your wish list and share it with your husband. Oh, I had these sitting here. So when I bought my Just Another Company button company order, I had these gift box buttons and these spooky pumpkin buttons. And I cannot remember what chart they go to. So eventually I'll figure out what chart uses these buttons. If anybody knows, let me know. And otherwise they're for sale individually. So, oops, did that. All right, I think that is, I want to do a call out to a FlossTube channel, Helen D. Helen is super passionate about cross stitching, and she finishes so many things. And she and I have gotten a relationship going, and every couple months, she has a giveaway from Cobweb Corner. So she usually gives away 2 charts that we decide on a theme. And right now she's giving away 2 Christmas charts. So I will put the link to Helen's FlossTube video below and check her out. She's got like over 3,000 subscribers, and she posts about every 2 weeks. And she has so many finishes, and they are just adorable the way she finishes them. And then you can also check out her giveaways every once in a while. Speaking of subscribers, we are almost to 500. And when we reach 500, which I'm hoping will be by the next video, I will have a very nice giveaway, or maybe multiple giveaways. I got to decide how to do that. So share the channel with anybody you want. If you enjoyed this video, click subscribe. And I hope to see you guys again before Christmas. If not, Merry Christmas to you all and happy stitching. And thanks for watching.